Hey, what's up, guys? This is gonna be a quick video. Congrats to Anthony Pettis on his victory over Roy Jones. I scored the fight 79-74. I believe I gave Roy the fourth round. I think it was the fourth I gave him, and I had an even round in the eighth. All right. Everything else I had Anthony Pettis winning. He won the fight on basically being more active, letting his hands go more, scoring more. He could have made the fight easier, in my opinion, if he would have moved more. He made mistakes at times, standing in front of Roy. Uh, you know, that's when he got caught. If he would have, stick and move, jab, jab, combo, get out of there, he could have made the fight easier. Or if you wanted to be more aggressive, at times I'm thinking, like, why are you, taking it easy on a guy? Because he's 54, because you grew up watching him, you know, take more chances, get in there and, let your hands go on this old guy with no reflexes. Uh, but for the most part, it was like he respected him and didn't do that much. And I'm saying the whole time, if he can knock you out, he will, And, Roy would throw punches to try to hurt Pettis, Uh, and he did catch Pettis a few times, but he ate it well. Sean Porter, I don't know what the hell he was talking about. He got Roy Jones winning the fight 4 rounds to 2. I'm like, man, get the fuck out of here, man. That's boxing bias. You speaking with, man. Roy Jones was not winning that fight, and it was not a draw. Some one judge scored a draw. I was like, oh man, you got to be kidding me. And I was hoping that Pettis wasn't gonna get robbed, because hell, I would have got robbed. And I made a big profit on this fight, which I have posted on the community page, the win tickets. I'm glad I flipped on this fight and saw it for what it was. Because at first, I'm thinking about a 50-year-old Roy Jones fighting a lightweight, much smaller guy in Anthony Pettis. But once I thought about it more, not only did I decide to not play Roy, but I went in big on Pettis. All right. Um, this was a goal of mine, guys. Once again, first it was Bernard Hopkins and Joe Smith. Then it was Vitor Belfort and Evander Holyfield. And now it is Roy Jones and Anthony Pettis, man. An older guy that was a boxer who was retired, not no longer in his prime. Uh, fighting a younger guy, and the odds makers making the old guy the favorite. You know, and you get big odds on underdog, the younger, more prime guy. Hey, the odds makers keep making a mistake. I'm gonna keep proud enough of it, man. After I, really thought about it, I'm like, I gotta play this, because just the way these fights go. Uh, Anthony Pettis. I remember one time in the fight, Roy Jones was he had got Roy in the corner. This was kind of early in the fight, maybe in the midway point of the fight. He had Roy in the corner, and he like let him off the hook, let him get out of there. Uh, there were things that he could have done better. I think it's just lack of actual pro boxing experience. I saw things in there that he could have done. Times where he could let his hands go more. Moving and not being a target in front of an older guy who can't move. Be on the outside. Don't let him hit you. You hit him, and stick and move, combo, get out of there. And even press more for a stoppage, because hey, you don't know how this shit gonna go on the scorecards. You got Sean Porter talking about 4-2 for Roy Jones. That was a joke. All right, now on to finally the disappointment of the day. I did take a loss again, uh, with the parlay I did on the matchroom card. All right, Ammo Williams came through for me. Fabio Warley came through for me, and I had no problem with hometown, and I give him shit. Hometown, Howard Foster, I had no problem with him stopping that fight because Michael Coffey was not doing anything, man. He got hit flush and then he just turtled up. He wasn't throwing back. He wasn't moving away. He was just standing there, man, not doing anything. And Howard Foster really was correct in taking caution because you don't want to assume the guy could be all right and really he not. And then next thing you know, he getting carted out the ring. All right, so uh, I have no problem with that stoppage, man. I know Michael Coffey was protesting, but he a pro. He should know better, man. You can't just stand there unanswered. You getting hit and shit. You got to move, man. If you're not throwing back, you got to get out of there. You got to move away. He was just standing there getting wailed on, man. So, but man, Anthony Joshua and Jermaine Franklin, man, I can comment on the first 3 rounds of the fight, because I was working, I was just listening to it. But from the fourth round on, first off, AJ got his nose busted by Franklin. Embarrassing. Anthony Joshua, man, he is a big clunky heavyweight now, man. Coming in at 255, that was a mistake. He needs to try to lose some of that muscle mass, man. He needs to probably be coming in at like somewhere in the 230s. He probably needs to cut like 20 pounds because he was too slow in this fight, man. Yeah, he all bulked up and he got the muscle and the size and the power, but if you can't land on the target with it, it ain't no good. And that was one of his big problems, man. His hands were not fast enough for again, smaller guys are his kryptonite. I said this when he fought Carlos Takam, and then of course Andy Ruiz was a smaller guy than him. Franklin was elusive on AJ. It was way too much clinching in the fight, but Franklin did it to survive. AJ was doing it some too, and he was not aggressive enough. He was headhunting too much. Uh, you know, um, he was tentative, timid, afraid to let his hands go at times, and in fear of getting hit back. It was. I've been seeing criticism. At least the titles. I haven't watched videos. People been critical of AJ, saying he's not a top heavyweight no more. He'll lose to this person, that person. You know, he needs to lose some of that muscle, and I mean, he needs to. He's got to get better, man. He can't be timid and shit. He needs to that hand speed needs to go up, man. Um, this was not a great performance. I was disappointed. I did not think this fight would go a full 12 rounds, man. Jermaine Franklin once again went 12 a full 12 with a guy. Could not get stopped. Whenever AJ would hit Franklin and hurt him, he would like admire his handiwork and just stare at the guy and not follow up. It was ridiculous, man. Anytime he would land a good shot, at least a straight shot uppercuts, he would kind of follow up more. But to Franklin's credit, he took it and he, recovered and survived. But there were times in the fight AJ would land flush and could follow up. He just stand there staring at the guy. What else did AJ do in this fight, man? He hurt Franklin late in the fight. He hurt him to the body. Everybody knew it. He knew it. And he like admired his handiwork. He did not follow up like he should have. And possibly could have stopped the guy. You know. So that was bad, man. You gotta you hurt a guy, get on top of him. Try to finish him. He's just gonna stare at the guy. And then that shit at the end of the fight was very weird when they walked off and he kind of hit the guy in the back of the head. I don't blame Franklin. I'm not mad at Franklin for being mad at that. That was a different way to show sportsmanship. And the ref was just standing there letting it escalate and shit, man. People talking about AJ's mental state. And that was bad, man. Derrick James had to try to come rescue him and tell him better, calm him down and shit. I don't know, man. I don't know, but he need to lose some weight. He got to lose muscle mass, man. If he's in with Fury like this, he gonna get dominated bad, man. If Fury should watch this fight and be laughing like, man, this guy too slow. He can't hit me. His punch is too slow and the muscles too big. And Fury would be evading this guy all night, man. So very disappointed that that fight went the distance, and I lost that parlay. Uh, so it wasn't all victories, for me today. I did take another loss, but I'm doing really good because this was a big win with Anthony Pettis, man. Once again, a 36-year-old fighting a guy old enough to be his dad, 18 years older, and 54-year-old Roy Jones. And again, I thought Pettis won the fight with his activity and at times his movement, but I definitely thought he won. It was not a screw job or anything like that. The right guy won the fight. So really, that's it, guys. Back in the money this week. I hope you guys took my advice and put a little something on Anthony Pettis. It paid off, all right. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you enjoyed the fights. I hope you made money if you place wagers. I will be back in touch when I decide what I'm doing next. I know Fundura's coming up. I know Shakur's coming up. Uh, you know, I would probably play both of those money line, but they're both of them are more than 10-1 favorites. So no real big profits to make on the money line. Also, I don't know if it's next week or the following week, but the Joe Joyce uh Zili Zhang fight. You know what, guys? Just early thoughts. I'm gonna look into the props more and all that, but just quick early thoughts. I think a good play in that fight may be the over, whatever it's set at, especially if it's like 4.5, 7.5 rounds, something like that, because Zhang did, he survived a tough fight with Jerry Force. I think he was knocked down. Man, no, maybe it was just Jerry Force that was knocked down, but I know he was rocked, I believe, but he survived. Then of course, he went the distance with Hergovich, and I definitely thought somebody was gonna get stopped in that fight, and nobody did. So, I know they're gonna probably favor Joyce to win by stoppage. I'm not saying it's gonna go the distance. I don't know. The only way I would play it is if the odds are huge. But early thoughts, maybe the over, and then probably putting a little something on Zane because he's such a big underdog, and he has a punch, just in case he can land on and do something with a very hittable Joe Joyce. But damn, Joyce can take a hell of a punch. So those are early thoughts. I'm gonna look into it more and decide what I'm gonna do. But once again, congrats to Pettis. Uh, uh, and then Joshua, man, he needs to he has some improvement to do. All right. And I hope you guys enjoyed the fights and made money. Again, let me know what you guys think. And I will check in with you soon. Thanks for watching.